going to be impossible and toxic relationships. I've got an email here from a viewer from Brazil who tells me all about this fantastically amazing woman that he's been dating for about 9 months now. There's just a slight little problem. She happens to be in a relationship, or I should say married, for 7 years to this guy who supposes he's a jerk, and she's going to leave her husband and all this kind of stuff. And so things have kind of gone sideways at the last minute. So before I get into it, I got a quote that I wrote on this topic because I actually get a lot of emails from men and women who are involved with married people who keep saying they're going to leave their spouse, but it's just timing's not right, or they're going to wait till the next school year and the kids get out. There's always some fucking bullshit excuse. Meanwhile, years and years just go by, and they're completely taking themselves out of the game. So the quote says, men and women who date married members of the opposite sex and put their personal lives on hold in hopes that they will actually leave their spouse are deluding themselves. Most of the time, they never actually leave their spouse and just string their affair partners along with just enough hope and promise of a rosy future to keep them on the hook. The reality is, if you become involved with a cheater, you are usually dealing with a selfish, weak, narcissistic mind and devious con artist who is incapable of real love, loyalty, commitment, and honesty. People who stay hung up on and romantically involved with unavailable married lovers really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. Romantically involved with unavailable of real love, loyalty, commitment, and honesty. People who stay hung up on and romantically involved with unavailable married lovers really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience unavailable married lovers really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. Unavailable married lovers really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. Really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. Really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. Really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. This is usually similar. Really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. Really are just living out their limiting belief that they are not worthy of true love and a great relationship. It's how they avoid a real relationship and continually experience wanting love that they never get. This is usually similar to a pattern they became emotionally conditioned to expect and seek out during childhood. You should hit the eject and delete button the moment you find out a potential or new lover is still married. So I know last time I answered an email with similar to this was a woman.
I think there's one of the most famous of all alchemical axioms is as above, so below, meaning always that in every small part of reality, there is a tiny reflection of the great overstructure of reality. And in the largest structures are hidden the secrets of the smallest, and vice versa. We also have rediscovered this principle in the 20th century through fractal mathematics. But the psychedelics have brought us back to this alchemical mystery, shorn of any vocabulary for dealing with it, shorn of any real living notion of the spirit. And so we have sought as far afield as the Tibetan Book of the Dead, or Freudianism, or there have been various efforts to cast the psychedelic experience one way or another. The hot one now, of course, is shamanism. Shamanism and alchemy are a seamless enterprise. Alchemy the connecting figure, if you're interested in this, between the shaman and the alchemist is the smith, the worker of metal. And the shaman and the smith in primitive cultures are always associated as brother figures. They both work in metals. Well, what all this means for us beyond the commitment to our own sort of ordering the Wunderkammer of our own private imagination, what it means is important, because if you look around you, the entire global civilization is undergoing some kind of meltdown. The planet itself is now to be seen as a kind of alchemical retort. The primal materia to be transformed are the nuclear stockpiles, the toxic waste dumps, the industrial wastelands, the populations devoid of hope, the populations at threat of infectious and fatal epidemic disease. There is a great deal of primal materia to be worked on at the historical level of the alchemical process. These are really conversations around and about one subject only, which is what in the world is going on. What I think there's one of the most famous of all alchemical axioms is as above, so below, meaning always that in every small part of reality there is a tiny reflection of, and I'm talking about Frederick V, Elector Palatine, Prince of Heidelberg, King of Bohemia. Are you all familiar with this guy? Who? No? Oh, well, this is your guy. This is the prototypic freak of this area, and the freak who was not content to sit back and let things happen, but was willing to launch a grand alchemical dream of a reformation of human society. So just to lay in the background for those of you who are not familiar, the historical incident that we're here to recreate here and later in Prague has to do with the Prince Palatine of Heidelberg, a Protestant who wedded the granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth I of England, Elizabeth Stuart, the daughter of James I of England. This was an arranged wedding. They were both 16 years old at the time. Frederick went to England, the wedding was held in England, and then he returned with his very English bride to Heidelberg. And they were the center of a movement of alchemical reformation and revolution that sought to take the Protestant Reformation, an enormous...
Everybody should do.
You need new glasses, so why not have them delivered to your doorstep at GlassesUSA.com.
She's been dating this guy, I think, 5 years, if I remember. This guy's only been with her for about 9 months, but it's just interesting, the thought process of what he's thinking and how he views things. I've done videos on projecting our dating fantasies, and this guy's definitely got a fantasy, and he's ignoring the reality of this particular situation. So he says, "Hi, Coach. I am from Brazil, and your videos are amazing, and your book is teaching me how to be happier in all aspects of life. I've been dating a fantastic woman for 9 months now. Actually, she is the one I feel I want to spend the rest of my life with. We have the same values, same purposes, and chemistry is unique. Pure fire." Well, obviously you're Brazilian, she's Brazilian. I've dated Brazilian women. Yes, they're resistance. I think is how you say that. You know, the thing that's so great about Brazilian women is, if you've ever been to Brazil, there's stills everywhere. And everybody walks. And so you got these beautiful women walking up and down the street in their tight jeans and their high heels. They're working their glutes, they're working their thighs, and it's just everywhere. You go to any of the major cities, São Paulo or Rio, and I mean, it's like, I mean, you get fucking whiplash. Even if you're with a really super hot I mean, it's just hard. They're fucking everywhere. It's amazing. If you like beautiful, sexy, feminine women, go spend some time in Brazil. I highly recommend it. He says, a little problem is, just a little one, of course. She's married for 7 years now, but with no kids. I'm 29, and she's 32, and he is 20 years older. She says she's been unhappy for 6 years and really pissed for 3 years. At a Brazilian night I dated, and we were talking one time on the phone. It was the first time I heard her say this. She goes, I'm pissed. I'm like, what? You're pissed? Like, you mean you're pissed? But I loved it. And she always, the ED was never silent. She always pronounced it. You missed me? Of course, baby, I missed you. Because she is his third wife, he already has 4 children and unfinished business with his ex-wife, and their goals in life are naturally not aligned. Sounds like a great toxic situation. This guy's got drama going on with his ex-wife. He's been married to her for 7 years, and you're dating, and you're like getting in the middle of this, thinking, oh, but she's the one. She's perfect. We just ignore the fact that, I mean, she's been married for 7 years. She's been unhappy for 6, supposedly. And the last 3 years, she's really pieced it. Well, obviously, she ain't pieced it enough to leave him. So obviously, things ain't that bad. She's just telling you what you want to hear. And that's what, because like I said, I see men and women do the same thing. They get involved with people like this. And it's like, whatever bullshit they tell them, oh, it's just, it's just not the right time yet. There's always something that's getting in the way of them leaving. But the reality is they're just keeping you in the side to fulfill the needs that they're not getting met in the relationship. Because quite frankly, they're just too weak to leave the relationship they're in. She even broke up with him once last year, and that was where I came in, but she eventually got back with him. Time has passed, and our feelings have grown. It's just our feelings. I get emails all the time from guys who are like, she really loves me, she really cares about me. I haven't heard from her too much. She hasn't responded to any of my complaints, but I really know she loves me. She once said that I was her best kiss, best touch, and best sex ever. Last month, she said she had decided and even made solid plans to leave. They always make solid plans to leave. Everything's always lined up. You're like, all right, we're going to move in together. It's going to be fucking great. Let's see what happens. She looked for houses, went to an attorney, gave away her dog, and made plans with me. But the last minute, last week, she didn't have the guts again, he said. So it's obviously not the first time that this has happened. Saying that she still loves him besides all of the difficulties. And that is the real truth. That's what really is going on. She can talk herself into going out and looking at houses and doing all those things to keep you on the hook while she's fucking you, but the bottom line is she ain't fucking going anywhere. And she still has hopes that it will get better. That's the reality of it. She's too weak to leave that relationship, but her needs aren't getting met. So she dates a guy that's a few years younger and not as experienced. And keep in mind, she's fucking Brazilian. Oh, Brazilian women. I get it, dude. I get it. Pussy's good, I'm sure. It's like she's fucking hot, sexy, feminine, fucking rocks your world. She's a few years older, she's a little more experienced, gets a lot of attention from men. Really beautiful women, they know how to manipulate guys. At this moment, I fucked up. I acted desperate and angry, pressing her, making demands, and talking to her friend around her back, trying to get answers. I know, pretty mature, huh? I mean, really, a woman like this, fuck buddy, that's it. I mean, quite frankly, if you're looking for a relationship, you shouldn't be involved with somebody like this. I mean, think about it. What does it say about you if you're dating somebody who's married and is cheating on their husband? That's definitely something to think about. The result? She texted, she got angry, and asked for space. 2 days later, I texted her apologizing for being unfair and immature. He apologized for everything. Just ignore the fact that she was going to leave, supposedly, and just fucking blew you off to stay with the husband. And now you're apologizing to her. No one will ever do or say anything to you that you don't invite them to do. You're literally begging her to continue jerking you around. And this is when she realizes how women like this keep going. She knows she's got you on the hook. She knows she can manipulate the shit out of you. She can play you like a fucking accordion. She can play you like a harp. She can play you like a cello. That I've learned from this that she can have all the space she needs. And when she wants to talk, she can look for me. I got no answer. Silence is destiny. Well, what does that tell you? Elvis has left the building. It has really been difficult because I always get the feeling I may lose this girl of my life. Newsflash, she never was your girl, dude. She's somebody else's wife. You're just the guy she was fucking on the side. Sorry if that hurt your feelings, but that's the fucking reality. I'm not here to blow sunshine up your ass. It's like me, my coaching, it's like, I quit, it's like, I'm like a shot of fucking Jack Daniels. I go down like really rough, But at the end of the day, give it a little bit of time, everything will be irate. You'll be feeling right as rain in a little while. I hadn't dated any other women since I fell in love with her 6 months ago, and she knows it, but now I decided I will. You should, and you should never look back. You should never get involved with this woman again. And you should hope that she never contacts you again, because that would be doing you an immense favor. Because, you know what I mean? Fucking Brazil, dude, they're fucking everywhere. Oh, man. I mean, literally everywhere on the fucking street, there are gorgeous fucking hot women in high heels with fucking amazing butts and gorgeous legs, fucking gorgeous hair, gorgeous, like fucking supermodels everywhere. When you look, Brazilians do it better. I mean, it's like they're everywhere, dude. It's like, you got this book, you do all of my videos. Oh, God. Come on, man. She's just one chick and she's not available. And I won't get in touch until she does. Dude, never ever contact this woman again. She must do 100% of calling text person. If you really want to stay involved with this girl, I personally wouldn't have anything to do with her. That's not our way to go about your life. But at the end of the day, you're an adult and you make up your own fucking mind. But you want to continue being her fuck buddy, or occasional fuck buddy, basically, invite her over when she reaches out, hang out, have fun, hook up, but don't ever call or contact her again. Let her do all of that. It's just, there's no reason to. I can't really have what I'm afraid to lose, right? Well, dude, you never had it in the first place. You're just the guy that she used to fuck. Am I on the right path, Coach? As long as you keep moving and you never look back and you take advantage of all these gorgeous women that your country has, it's like, come on, man, seriously, you can do way better. Now you got my book in your hands. Come on, man, read it 10 to 15 times. Do yourself a favor. You deserve better than this.
And speaking of natural, I now want to introduce a man who it was always my great fear I might someday have to introduce. A man who is a legend in his own right. A man who speaks across the species line to the denizens of the deep sea and across the stellar barrier to the denizens of distant stars. Like myself, an altar boy in his youth. A man who has given new meaning to the concept enfant terrible. We can say of him, they threw the mold away before they made him. No, I love to tease him. I love to watch him. The Obi-Wan Kenobi of psychedelic research, John C. Lilly.
Fucking legend. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Thomas Robiston. Ite misa est. Go, the mass is over. My psychedelic experience started by age 7, when I had visions of God on his throne, angel choir, and so on. And I told a nun about this in the Catholic school I was attending. And she said, oh, but only saints have visions. And she abolished me being a saint, which was a good idea. It wasn't until about 1953, when I was at the National Institute of Mental Health, and the LSD pushers got after me, that I heard about LSD. So I read all the literature, and I invented the isolation tank in 1954, and I was floating around the tank. People wanted me to take LSD and experience what that was like in the tank. I said, no, I have to get a physiological baseline of being a proper scientist. A physiological baseline on me as an observer. So I floated around for 10 years. Fighting the pushers on both coasts. In 1964, I finally decided, well, it's time to take it. So I came to California, had 2 trips, and then got Sidney Cohen to give me some. And I went to St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, and floated in an isolation tank there. It was an 8-foot cube of seawater. I was scared stiff. absolutely terrified. And I injected 300 micrograms of Dr. Hoffman's elixir intramuscularly and floated in the tank. And suddenly I was precipitated out to the farthest reaches of all the universes that exist. Well, I didn't remain human at all. I stayed out there for about 6 hours, and I was squeezed back into the body that was lying in the tank, and I cried. I couldn't stand it. Why should this happen? Why become so limited as being a human? Well, since then I've spent many years trying to be human. And some women think I'm successful. Others did not. And I'm still trying. At age 73, to get my feet on the ground and my torso in the bed. It's fun. And all I can say is that anybody that uses the word drugs ought to have their heart and their soul examined. There is no such thing as drugs. There's no such thing as illegal drugs. They're only chemicals. They can change the molecular configuration within the brain itself and hence change who you are and where you're going and where you come from. This is a profound experience. I've written up as much of it as I can in books, but I'm only about to be published. Please speak louder. We can't turn the mic up very high. You're the boss. Well, the DEA, I don't know about this meeting tonight, and Ron Joel, I'm listening to. The Drug Enforcement Agency is staffed by lawyers and ex-judges and so on. And I don't think they know what the score is. Somebody said on TV the other day, drug problem ought to be turned over to the Surgeon General and taken away from the Attorney General. I think that the laws ought to be changed in the light of new knowledge, of new views, such as all do experience, and we ought to pressure these people to get educated in what it is to take LSD, what it is to take cocaine, and so on. None of these substances have been treated as the way a proper researcher would treat them, working on himself. I was brought up by a student of J.B.S. Halden, who laid down to his students that if you're going to do experiments on any human subject, you must be your first subject. So I went through various things. I was exposed to decompression and so on. And I started my LSD work alone. And I continued my work with ketamine alone. The isolation tank is a marvelous place for a scientific observer to look at the chaos within himself and not attribute it to something else. However, I wish to point out also that I've experienced intelligence as far greater than mine or any human, and I call them the Earth Coincidence Control Office, ECHO, ECCO. They're very profound, and they're monkeying around with everybody, and me especially, and taught me many, many things, whether I like it or not. For example, when I take ketamine, or have taken ketamine in the past, they take charge. And I went to the UCLA Medical Library and read up on the psychotherapeutic use of ketamine, a psychedelic anesthetic. And there's a uranium paper, the iranium paper, in which they treated 100 subjects in the hospital, and they all got out of the hospital with one treatment. They used what was called anxiety provocation. They give the person ketamine and then scare them to death. And of course, they abandoned their neurosis or psychosis or whatever. So I read that one afternoon, came home, and lay down on a mattress in my living room, and took 200 milligrams of ketamine. It's a fairly large dose. And suddenly, the Earth Coincidence Control Office precipitated me into the year 3000 and they removed my penis, my bloodless members, and handed it to me. I was screaming in terror, and my wife Tony came in from our bedroom. She said, "Oh, it's still attached. Look." So I looked at the ceiling and I said, "Who's in charge up there? Was the psychotic kid?" Nancy came back. "No, you were over at UCLA today reading about anxiety provocation in order to cure one of an unconscious conflict. That was your unconscious conflict, and we brought it out for you." Well, I don't know why this isn't being used as psychotherapy the way LSD has been. I suspect it's because psychotherapists don't like to be scared to death. I don't like to see people be very badly frightened. And they also don't like to see them get well because then they lose their income. I learned long ago that one is the psychotherapist until one is cured of one's own diseases. I'm still not cured. Well, I must say, I want to tell you a story that I told this afternoon about me and Albert Hoffman. I first met him in 1977 at the University of California, Santa Cruz. He gave a night lecture, and the students cheered everything he said, including when he said, "I'm not a guru, I'm a Swiss chemist." After his talk, they had a reception, and with my knees shaking and sweat breaking out of my brow, I walked through the line and reached out and to shake his hand, and I said, "I'm John Lewis." He grabbed my hand with both of his, and he said, "You are?" I just finished sending the cyclone, and our experiences were very powerful. I thought to myself, "God bless it, I wish you had written that up in 1943, and it saved us a lot of trouble."
And you were sort of humming along in life, and then one day here recently, without a hitch, you were feeling fine, weren't you?
Well, I had 4 days of headaches that I thought were flu, and I had a tour on the mainland. I'd heard about a flu that was preceded by headaches, and
so you thought you had the flu?
I thought I had the flu, and after 4 days of headaches, I went into the bathroom and I had a massive brain seizure, which I knew nothing about. My partner, Christy, wrestled me into our truck, got me down to the local hospital. They did a CAT scan. Within 40 minutes, they could see a brain tumor the size of a quail egg on the right side. They took one look and Air Medical evacuated me to Honolulu.
All right, this is a tumor in your frontal lobe region?
That's right. As far as I can tell, about 3 inches behind the eye. And once in Honolulu, they did what they call a stereotactic assay, where they basically bolt a metal frame to your head and drill in to get a piece of this thing.
Oh my God.
And the doctors looked at it, and the diagnosis was glioblastoma metaforma, stage 4. So what this thing is the fastest moving brain tumor known to human medicine. And
stage 4.
Stage 4, which is an advanced stage. So immediately they scheduled a procedure called the gamma knife, which can only be done in a few hundred places around the world. The way to think of it is like nuclear acupuncture, 201 sources of cobalt-60 focused burn it to a crisp. And they told me flat out, there's a 1 in 10 chance you won't live through this procedure.
Through the gamma knife?
Yes,
A 1 in 10 chance.
yes.
Well, let's back up a little bit. Before you had the gamma knife, obviously, the doctor sat you down and said, "Hey, Terrence, here's where you are. Here are your options. Here's your prognosis." I mean, what did they tell you before you even made a decision about a treatment?
I said, untreated, where are we headed? And
Right.
he said, you'll be dead in 30 days, no question about it.
30 days?
30 days. So looking at that, and I had friends who flew in from London, my brother came from Minnesota, friends came from California. We had enough brain power in the room to, match the Nobel Prize Committee. We all looked at this, and the gamma knife thing seemed to be the way to go. Well, yesterday it was 2 weeks.
Since the gamma knife.
They did it,
All right. My understanding is that the gamma knife took about 90% of the tumor and apparently destroyed it or started it toward disruption. Or is that about right?
That's what they believe, 90 to 95%. The trick is these tumors have fractal boundaries. They have messy boundaries. So without follow-up radiation and chemotherapy, the doctors here said it will return within weeks and you'll be back where you started from. So we spent a very difficult 10 days looking at every cancer therapy, alternative and otherwise, in the world, trying to sort the real stuff from the surreal stuff.
Sure.
And basically what we came down to is what scientific medicine can do for you is something like the gamma knife, or a much scarier operation called a craniotomy, where they actually take off the top of your head and go into this thing with knives, followed by the radiation treatment. And then they pat you on the back and send you home.
Well, the other option, the surgical option, what did they tell you?
Yeah, well, I don't want to
They
fucking hear
obviously
that.
had to tell you something so you could make the informed choice.
Yeah, I don't give a
They said
shit.
it was so dangerous and the death was so likely that they didn't want to do it unless.
Because that was
There
the
was
most
an
silent I've ever heard it
Right.
fucking since I've been here.
So at the 4th day, I was lying down with these headaches and I began to feel nauseated. And I thought, aha, it's going to turn into a flu. So I went into the bathroom, and then it was, and speaking as a psychedelic explorer, all hell broke loose. It was very confusing, and it was confounding. I had no idea what was happening. I was having hallucinations. I was not sure where I was or who I was. I had 2 or 3 more of these seizures as Christy wrestled me down the mountain.
So in other words, in a way, you had a form of consciousness during these seizures, at least enough that you're able to remember what you're telling me right now.
There were flashes of awareness, but a very confused kind of awareness. And here's what the real kickoff of all this was, Art. For a month leading into these seizures, I had been having dreams that were, the only way I could describe them was I couldn't describe them. They lasted hours, and yet I could not describe them even to myself. And I even said to Christy and my son a few mornings before the seizure, I said, I think I should see a neurologist. These dreams are so bizarre. I can't believe that healthy people have these experiences. I really want to say, if you think there are no heroes in this world, go to your local cancer center and look into the eyes of the people sitting in the waiting room. They're not worried about Kosovo or the stock market. They are dealing with stuff so deep and beyond most people's imagining that
You just have to genuflect their nobility.
No, I can't believe that if I'm alive, I can't generate happiness and peace of mind out of myself. And so I don't want extreme chemotherapy. I don't want wild measures to prolong things. I want simply to do a good job with this so that the entirety of my life makes sense, because I think how you die is part of how you will be remembered. And I want my ideas, my values, the books and the ideas about plants to stand the test. And Leary did a good job, and Watson, and I mean, we all are in the same canoe here. I could almost claim fortunate position because I know now, and that gives me time to clean up my act and
review. Now, you could walk in front. A lot of people tomorrow morning or tomorrow during the day are going to walk in front of a car and be instantly dead without 1 second of thought about anything at all.
Yes, that's what I always assumed would happen to me. An unpleasant 15 minutes on the freeway, and then the velvet darkness.
Yeah. Velvet darkness. So at one time, you really did think about the other side as a velvet darkness.
Well, or at least the velvet curtain.
So really, aside from the normal regrets we all have, what you have spoken about publicly on my program, what you have written about in your books, you don't feel any change about any of that, do you?
No, I don't. I'm amazed that I may not make it to 2012 and that I may not lift a cup to the new millennium, but no, no regrets. All those books, all those ideas were put forward in deepest sincerity, and nothing has changed.
Well, it depends on the doctor you believe. The doctor who just did the surgery said he got it all. He has an incredible reputation, like third best in the world or something, with survival rates and all that. So maybe he did get it all. In which case, I'm the same. We're the same. I just have to get strong. On the other hand, the survival rate for this shit is very low. Zilch in some people's opinion. They say, there's no escape. There's always cells left. They always return. You can only have so many craniotomies. So those people say 6 months to a year of life, which is really a drag to take on board. My own intuition is I'm not sure. I can't tell what's going on. It certainly is a weird situation to have fall upon you, especially a person like myself who's never had, I've never been a sick person or concerned with any of this. I had no idea there was so much morbidity around. As Dante, I had not thought death had undone so many. He says when he looks into being framed. It's a sobering thought. So that's it. And what you do is you constantly try to get stronger and hope that no bad news comes down the pike. And
do you feel more intimate with death?
Oh, absolutely. No, you spend every waking minute, well, I don't know every waking minute, but for the past 6 months, let us say death has been a daily accompaniment of my thoughts. People don't know what it is. So they don't.
So that's an obvious. That's why you're so vague. That's why you're so dramatic. That's why you do the things you do. And that's why apparently I'm the only person, one of the only people that care for you, you don't care for them. You're telling me that you're going to check out from reality in the earth. I'm asking you what that means, and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to do that for a bit. And that's your answer. That's just pathetic, cowardly, avoidant personality disorder. Okay. You don't tell me anything. You gotta make sure you tell Facebook. You don't tell me. Tell Facebook. That's so funny. Yeah. So you just have conflict and drama. That's it. That's all you have to bring to the table. More conflict and drama. That's all. Oh. Yeah, you give conflict and drama. Yeah, I mean that's cool. Like, you go to Facebook and you text me things, but you just keep doing it. So, oh. I don't want people to worry. I'll just say goodbye and delete my Facebook, and then text me. I'm gonna leave here. Bye. Don't you tell me you don't want drama. Oh, that's funny. That, at least I know what. Left wondering what. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't like not face reality. So you're telling me you're gonna kill yourself? Yeah. So you're being vague because I just hate because you're saying you don't want me to know what happened. So you're vaguely saying that you're gonna kill yourself. Well, then what are you gonna do then? Maybe you say what you're gonna do and talk to me instead of be a pathetic coward, liar, fake person who has nothing to say except lies. How about that? Yeah, but you don't say anything to prove otherwise. You don't do anything to prove otherwise. But I'm calling you, I'm asking you, I'm telling you, and you just don't care. What are you doing? What are you up to? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. I don't have any answers. Right? Like, what are you doing now? Why? And where are you leading to? You don't know. You don't know. Miss Vague. I'm Jasmine Davis. Miss Vague, I don't know where I'm leading to. Doesn't matter anymore. Nope. Doesn't matter anymore. Okay. So you're saying what I'm saying doesn't matter anymore. Well, that's not true. Otherwise, I wouldn't have called you. So let me be more specific. Where do you think that you're going to? And how do you intend to get there? Alright, well, I guess I'll just let you go since you have your own quiet, secret things that you want to do. Yeah, do you know how to finish a sentence? You said, speaking of secrets. Yeah, I don't have any secrets. So, like, when someone says, speaking of secrets, they should finish their sentence, not be a pathetic coward. So, you enjoy your secretive night of secrets. Doing things you don't know what you're going to do. You're going to finish. Have a nice night there, secret. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to the beach. I don't know. Okay, enjoy your night. I highly doubt that. Enjoy getting doing whatever the hell you're going to do. Let your feelings guide you. That's what women do best. So disgusting. Oh God, women are disgusting creatures. Really are. Disgusting creatures. Like, ugh. Just something about women. They're just such fucking disgusting fuck girls. Gross. Fucking gross. Ugh. Fucking pathetic. So fucking gross. So many disgusting fuck girls. Fuck boys. Fuck girls.
Or what they're looking at. Are they losing you? Are you passing to the great, the meaning, combination, and answer to it all? Or are you on extended wing downward into darkness? They play as people. Given how weird life has been, why rush to prejudge death? It's bound to be mighty strange. Life is mighty strange. And I'm curious. I think anybody would be curious. That's me.
Got like one person watching.
Well, that's how long the human body can live. I mean, they're talking about in Chaucer's view, the age of limit should be known.
Well, I think that that's quite within reach, but I'm puzzled by the ethics of it. I mean, I think that if you don't die, you miss the point. So, we can live for a long time. Well, that's true. Well, but there certainly are immortalists running around, people who have wild hopes. To me, that's an incredibly egomaniacal wish, because death is nature's way of getting rid of worn out. I mean, part of what's wrong with our society is that people aren't retiring and moving on. We're becoming a society ruled by octogenarians and older, because medicine has made that possible. And it's paradoxical that in an age when there's so much impetus for change, people hang on so long at the top. Yeah, which frustrates more and more generations building up behind. I mean, it's called the Charles Windsor problem. Oh, sex is like that. Youth is like that. Going to Venice is like that. The law of unfolding seems to be, good times, bad times. Ebb and flow. Nothing lasts. I mean, if you want a piece of psychedelic truth that is somewhat sobering, I mean, this is what I have taken away, and I guess I should leave you with this thought. Nothing lasts. Not your friends, not your enemies. Nothing lasts, and we deny this. And yet that's the great psychedelic truth. And if you can face it in every moment and live it, you will have a very, very complete experience of existence. You will ride the Tao toward the concrescence and be able to live in the light of its anticipation. And this, I believe, makes for a healthy life full of lots of laughs. And that's basically what we're striving for here. The best idea, the truest idea, will feel right.
If I call you and you don't tell me shit, well, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't care about you. I'm showing you that I care about you by calling you and wondering and asking about you. If you still don't think I care about you after I call you and ask about you over and over again, then fuck you. You're a fucked up person.
Well, first of all, let me comment on the Buddhist thing. I'm not that friendly to that formulation because it still is postponing gratification. It's saying death is the bouquet of life. You should live toward death. I would say the bouquet of life is this moment. But to the more important point of longevity, uh, I certainly am not interested in living forever, whatever that might mean, because I suspect if you live forever, you miss the point. In other words, I think you miss the bouquet. On the other hand, I don't see anything wrong with, well, no, that's too much to say. The only problem I have with living past whatever, 3 score and 10, if you do get into political issues of if are people buying time at the expense of somebody else, one of the weirdest things this culture about this culture is we've invented a sin for which there is no name, so beyond most people's ability to conceive. And this sin that we've invented is we steal the future from our children. You know, we do it with our medical health care plans where we know that all this fine surgery and stuff that you're getting is at the expense of the next generation of people. We overuse resources, leaving nothing for future generations. I don't know how that would all be sorted out. I am attracted by the idea of living as long as I want to live. I wonder how long that would be. And of course, if you make people comfortable, probably they would like to live a lot longer. What reason is there for a person to check out of a comfortable situation? In a sense, what nature does is make the body a less and less comfortable place to be. And so finally you just say, all right, already, you know, beam me up, Dottie. But then, you know, the other possibility is what if there were forms of existence that were dematerialized? How would we feel about going into circuitry for a few rounds of eternity? And what are the moral implications of that? I don't know. I've had this argument with Robert Anton Wilson. He's a big enthusiast for life extension. It depends on what you think death is. And I've managed to talk myself into the idea that death is probably not simply dissolution and chaos. There's a lot longer. What reason is there for? I wonder how long that would be. And of course, if you make people comfortable, probably they would like to live a lot longer. What reason is there for a person to check out of a comfortable situation? In a sense, what nature does is make the body a less and less comfortable place to be. And so finally you just say, all right, already, you know, beam me up, Dottie. But then, you know, the other possibility is what if there were forms of existence that were dematerialized? How would we feel about going into circuitry for a few rounds of eternity? And what are the moral implications of that? I don't know. I've had this argument with Robert Anton Wilson. He's a big enthusiast for life extension. It depends on what you think death is. And I've managed to talk myself into the idea that death is probably not simply dissolution and chaos, not because I have received any guidance from on high, but just as I observe nature, she has a wonderful parsimoniousness about her behavior. And clearly this form, which is basically an unraveled DNA molecule that is now making a lot of claims on resources in the environment in order to keep this body going, is nature put a lot of effort into this. And I think that the best model for what life is, based not on religious thinking, but on biological thinking, is life is what you get when a hyperdimensional object protrudes into ordinary space. In other words, if we take this cup and cut it in two, it doesn't change. It just becomes a cup in two pieces. But it doesn't bleed. It doesn't rot. It doesn't lose its essence. If we take any living being, from a bacterium to a brontosaur, and cut it in two, the entire system falls apart very quickly, and we've created a mess, and we see that the thing that we had is no longer there. So I think what biology is the intrusion into three-dimensional space and time of hyperdimensional objects. And the other clue to that seems an argument for it, is that we do have this thing called a mind, but we can't find it anywhere. It doesn't seem to be anywhere. Even when you get down to the level of electrodes in the brain and saying words to people and watching oscilloscopes, you still can't seem to quite nail it down. So I think probably these objects retract back into hyperspace, higher space, and that this is what the soul is. The soul is there is something to this idea of a morphogenetic field, and we clothe ourselves in matter, but we are not matter, and so to actually complete a human cycle of existence, you have to go into death. It's where you came from in some sense. I mean, we put a lot of attention into death. We don't look very much at birth. We think we understand it. I mean, we all know the story about the sperm and the egg and all that. But before that, what is going on? You know, whence cometh these forms? We seem to have the matter down pretty good. But really what a being is the intrusion into space-time of a form. And the form is unique, and then it retreats. I think it would be one of the great jokes of human history if here at the end of the 20th century, at the end of the millennium, with all this techno hypola surging around us, if we were to actually gain insight into the after-death state. And one of the reasons I'm so keen for DMT is because when I have given it to people who were purported experts in the after-death state, Tibetan lamas and shamans and so on, they come back and they say, yes, that's the territory, all right. And so in my highest state, I have had the insight, which I will convey to you without saying it's true, that this is the most limited form of existence you will ever know. You can't be deader than this. This is the bottom line. And so the good news is it's only up. But of course, you have to bet the farm on this cheerful rap, and there's no whining if you're wrong. This is an all or nothing bet, and so naturally it brings your heart into your throat. But that's the kind of enterprise life is. All risk and the race to the finish. That's it. One last. Well, I don't know. And I wonder what I will think as I approach the Great Divide. It's easy in the pink of health to speculate and play the philosophes and all that nonsense. But, you know, the last dance you dance alone, and nobody will be watching. but I have seen people die, and it is an inspiration. I hope to have that equanimity of mind. The other thing about death that needs to be said is we all imagine, I think, that we will have a leisurely philosophical death. That's what we all want, months to get used to the idea, to say goodbye, to gather friends, to make our bequeathments, to speak our final wisdom, and but death for most people comes messily and unexpectedly. And so I don't think you should live in an anticipation of the drama of your deathbed scene. Better to repair to the moment. Being a realist primarily, what I find always waiting when I return from these flights of philosophical fancy and imagination is my body, my history, my space, my time. And these things are all good. It's a great space, a great time, a great body, a great being to be. So the real message of the psychedelic experience and of the anti-historical thrust of the critique we've been carrying out here is to take the moment, the felt presence of immediate experience. This is all you know, it's all you will ever know. Everything else comes as unconfirmed rumor, innuendo, unrealized possibility, fading memory, conjecture, lie, hope, who knows. But in the moment of being, we have the completion of being. It is always complete, every moment. And to the degree that we force ourselves to look beyond it or cannot find ourselves within it, we betray it. And then we have more work to do.
All right, we are shortly going to go to the phone lines with Terence McKenna. That should be an interesting adventure unto itself. But I want to ask you, Terence, about a little bit about souls. You mentioned souls, and so I have two questions. One is there was very old medical study in which a medical doctor actually endeavored to set out and prove in days when it was politically okay to do this kind of thing, that the soul could actually be measured, that at the very instant of human death, and he went through a whole big trip. I put the medical report up on my website. The human body loses about 3/4 of an ounce. And not due to gases or anything else you might imagine in your mind, no physical cause, all of that accounted for. And he printed and published this medical study suggesting the human body actually instantly, at the instant of death, loses 3/4 of an ounce of weight. Do you have any reaction to that?
Well, looking at it through the eyes of novelty theory, I think nature is very reluctant give up a complex ordered form once it's been achieved. I've noticed that the difference between living organisms and things like chairs and tables is the chairs and tables don't metabolize. In a sense, the soul is something which is manifest in time. It's almost as though organisms have a hyperdimension. They're objects with time folded inside of them.
Yes.
And at death, what seems to happen is this complex morphogenetic field, if you will, simply withdraws back into whatever higher dimension it came from in the first place. It's not that it falls apart or dissolves, it's that it retracts from matter. It clothed itself with matter for some decades, and now it's simply releasing its organizational power over matter, but it isn't being destroyed. I mean, that's my personal take.
Pathetic fucking cowards.
Hey,
Liars. Bunch of fucking liars. Pathetic liars. How about you just stop lying? That'd be great. You know, it'd be great if you stopped lying. If you weren't such a fucking piece of shit liar. Your life would get so much better if you weren't a fucking piece of shit liar. I promise you that. Hey Dan, how do I make my life better? Stop being a pathetic piece of shit liar. That's how. Fucking pathetic. Fucking hate everyone on this fucking channel.
The only reason astrology is not scientifically respectable is because no one can hypothesize how the coupling takes place. In other words, how can the transit of Mercury be coupled to an event system on this planet? But don't despair. We know that the sun radically affects the weather on the Earth, but no coupling system has ever been proven for that either. It's just the statistical correlations is so overwhelming that it's impossible to ignore. I think probably the key to understanding astrology is you're going to have to go outside of astrology to understand it, to something like fractal resonance. The reason the pattern in the stars is repeated in the pattern of your life is because there's only one pattern to begin with. It isn't that the stars cause you to be the way you are, any more than that you cause the stars to be the way they are. There is not a causal relationship here. What there is a series of adumbrations and reflections that are, this is, a great discovery that has been made in the past 10 years. One of the greatest intellectual steps ever taken by human beings. A new law of nature is now discernible, and I can state it for you. It's that nature is self-similar across scales. You understand what that means? It explains why an atom looks like a solar system and why they both look like a galaxy. Because nature is self-similar across scales. It means that, if a certain architectural conceit works on one level, nature will use it on any other level where it's appropriate. And so on many, many levels, the same patterns repeat. And so it would
Time to fucking get high.
Self-similar across scales. It means that, if a certain architectural conceit works on one level, nature will use it on any other level where it's appropriate. And so on many, many levels, the same patterns repeat. And so it wouldn't surprise me at all if in the next while we got the equivalent of astrology, but quantumology. Quantumology, where instead of calculating downwards from the stars to the context of human space, you calculate upwards from the atom to the context of human space. And if you keep calculating, you can go from quantumology to astrology and leave out sociology and show, that these things are reciprocal reflections of each other. Then the mystery and the woo-woo of astrology, I think, would just simply disappear and be replaced by, and of course, how could it be otherwise?
So fucking unbelievable, dude. You guys are fucking pathetic. I fucking hate all of you. There's no one here. There's literally no one here. I'm talking to myself. It's unbelievable. Totally fucked up. Wow. I hate society more than anyone in this fucking world. That's for damn sure. I don't know anyone who hates society more than I do.
When I be dropping the ball, when I be fumbling, when I be looking kind of weird, all awkward or strange, don't embarrass me, yeah, you know I embrace it. Really wanna feel it, wanna channel all the highest energy and compromise it, reel it in like a big fish. Then you caught and you're feeling so proud, give it a slimy kick, then toss it back in. What am I saying? I'm just having fun, being absurd, you know, living like a kid with these words. Speaking them out now, constructing a new world, yeah.
And he's constructing a new world with his birds. Man, I'm looking at the door, looking out with the eyesight, like a fourth sight. I got the third eye, I can see all night. I got the night vision. Man, this is my mission. I'm like up in the solar flex, yeah. Feeling so like I gotta flex this. Got in the Lexus, I swerve to the left, and then you check this. Yo, I'm not gonna wreck this. This is like practice for my practice of my axis. Call me moon die, I'm out of the night sky. I'm fucking birds like I gotta fly. Now I'm eagle, yeah, yo. Up in the sky like an eagle. Chief wins all the people. Man, I love all the child things to the earth. Send your prayers down. Deep down into your mother, man. Send it all around. This is how we pray. Yeah. Yo, you can say this is how we pray. How we pray. This is how we pray. It's like church. Okay? Every day. This is how we pray. Whoa, living in the man. Giving service to the masses. Here we go and letting go with people of the pastors. Letting go with the pastors. The ones coming down saying only disasters. Yeah, you know we're living in our bliss. Giving us gifts so generous. Like what fills us up, what makes us have fun. Like we're saying like this, and we only just begun for the spring. Next to meet us in the city, sun shining, and I'm feeling my best.
Okay.
About to be laughing at JC. Gonna have a fun time in the city with my friends. Make it a great day and let your genius flow. Live it out now, right now, like a fashion statement. It's inside out. I'm living for authenticity. I'm letting go of self.
Fuck me in the goat ass. No one's here because no one gives a fuck. So honestly, there's only 2 people watching. I'm probably the other person watching, so there's probably 1 other person watching. That 1 person watching is one of the most intelligent people on the plane. And everyone else, 99% of you, are fucking brainless, soulless, energyless, spiritless, emotionless, soulless pieces of shit. It's like Subliminal Illness just said he's literally one of the only people, one of the 2 people in the chat room, Subliminal Illness, and he says, yeah, bro, they got the illness that most cannot see. It's like, so he understands. Subliminal Illness understands. It's not my fault that I get it, he gets it, and the rest of you fucking pathetic and numbskull detard idiots don't get it. You're detarded. You're fucked up.
Our potential is way up here, and we are operating way down here.
You're not going to survive if you don't.
Hey, that's cool, Twin Serpent. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate that. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to make you happy. There's nothing anyone can do to make you happy. Nobody can make you happy. A man or a woman, they can't make you happy. You have to embody happiness. You have to be happiness. Nobody can make you feel genuine happiness other than yourself. Stop chasing after something that doesn't exist. Fucking pathetic bitches.
Don't be a fucking joke. Don't be a fuckboy joke, otherwise you're gonna get fucking called out. Kidding me? You don't think I'm gonna fucking call you out? Fucking fuckboy joke. I'm gonna make a fool of you. I'll make a fucking example of you. Fucking joke. You don't think I'm gonna make an example of you? God. I don't know what it is, man. Fuck cares? Let's go see her fucking self. You're a Jezebel. You're a dirty, disgusting married woman who's been married for 20 years and who still wants appreciation and affection and love off of social media like Facebook. Yet you'll tell everyone on Facebook that you've been married for 20 years so you can get more fuckboy appreciation. That's how disgusting and pathetic you are. Like, what does that mean when you're telling Facebook that you've been married for 20 years, yet you go to Facebook to get appreciation and fame and affection and attention from your fuckboys? You're just a disgusting whore. You're a slut. You're a whore. You want attention off Facebook and social media. It's disgusting. It's so easy to tell who. Gotta check out Iron Realm Media real quick.
It's still the same. I can, whether it be for it's not a spiritual path, I can it's from an analytical path, rejecting religion, accepting science, analysing science, rejecting evolution, rejecting astronomy. Whatever path you get through, I don't think the side of your brain that's dominant matters. Truth is what's prevalent, whether it's the left or the right brain. One side might get you there quickly, depending on the individual, is my perspective, but truth will always out. I don't think hemispheres matter or even exist.
I think when it comes to stuff like this and spiritualness and stuff, it isn't about left or right brain for me. It's just an internal feeling, sense, sixth sense, or whatever you want to call it. For me, left brain, right brain, by definition, it's just my left brain does my math, my right brain does my abstract thinking. Math isn't a part of that. I can make 2 + 2 = 5 and not part of my brain. But this is more, I guess it is a combination of everything. But like you were saying earlier, something feels right about this model, even if it's not, this is the final one or whatever, something feels right about it, or vice versa. Something feels very fucking wrong about what we're told the model is.
Should we bring it back to the model, because we're getting to the end, so we probably should wrap up on the model. When I watched it, I showed it to Walt, exactly what he said. And when we all watched the Martin's presentation on Blockbusters, for a lot of us, it did exactly that. It resonated. It didn't mean it was true, but what we saw there, so much of it in deep inside made sense, and maybe more for you to produce what you produce, and probably you a little bit better.
I'm going to read something to you guys that I read in my last video, but I would like your listeners and the future people that play this back in the future to hear it as well. I'm just going to take a moment to find it and open it up. So feel free to keep talking for a second here, but it relates to what you're saying right now. That's on a feeling level for some reason. You can't really explain it. I think another artist explains it beautifully from an artist standpoint, and then the viewer can dissect it into whatever, but just give me a moment here.
Well, that's something, I mean, as soon as you sort of just to it, and that's something, I guess, which at times may, some people say that's not the path, I guess, to take, whatever. That's something that I've always gone by, is that feeling that just connects. You know it, you feel it, it puts you in the right spot. Instinct.
That's a good word.
Psychically, I'm not sure. There you go. Instinct.
Okay, so here's what the artist says, and this resonates with me as an artist, so I guess you guys would be reading from a viewer of the art, but still. The imagery of my work has led me to an appreciation of the world we live in and are part of the world and beyond. Sorry, let me try this again. The imagery of my work has led me to an appreciation of the world we live in and the world beyond this world that are interconnected. The structures depicted in this artwork are combined frequencies which can be interpreted as musical, mathematical, electrical, or script descriptions. I believe these frequencies can be deciphered with some manner of code breaking. I speculate that extraterrestrial beings communicate through emission of individual symbols and are from the electromagnetic technologies, which is consequently understood by the conscious mind as information. We don't know why that feels like a mix, right? But it does, and it could be a thing of the art. We can't really explain, I guess, is what she's saying, and I think that's beautifully said. So she goes on and says, it's almost like a thesis, a work in progress. It has opened my mind to a bigger picture, which includes biology, neurology, physics, astronomy, astrophysics, theology, philosophy, spirituality, technology, anthropology, and archaeology. I feel like I'm in a school and higher intelligences are instructing and teaching me. After the work, it forces me to read and learn information in what they have suggested. It has awakened me to a higher consciousness and awareness. I learned to see life differently and how everything is interconnected by a mathematical order, balance, and harmony that flow within us and beyond. The art progressed in groups at a time, finding something that was not there until the
What a
next study
fucking
of art
joke.
was completed. It took approximately 10 years before I realized that specific information was being relayed.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Hey.
Vicky, which one?
Yeah. I said it. It's so easy to tell who's a flaky piece of shit and who's not. To me. Yes, that's what I said. Anything else? Oh, oh, yes. What do you mean? Hold on, let me say this. People that tell Facebook goodbye and deactivate their account and immediately come back after 10 minutes are desperate fuckboys or fuckgirls, drama starting and attention conflict loving fiends. Yes. So that's why you're calling me? What's up? What's going on here? Yeah, let's do that. Move forward. Which one? What? Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I started to drink some vodka. So, which one? The people. Shut the fuck up. So which one? The one that says people that tell Facebook goodbye and deactivate their account and immediately come back after 10 minutes are desperate fuckboys or fuckgirls, drama starting and attention and conflict loving fiends? Or it's so easy to tell who's a flaky piece of shit and who's not to me. Well, I'm not. Which one? Why though? Because like they're both very like true. No. See, that the thing is that you have to speak for yourself. No, there's no we here involved. You did that. No. There's no we. Remember, I said you say I or you. You speak for yourself. You say I. Yeah, you say I. Because you did it. So it says it's so easy to tell who's a flaky piece of shit and who's not to me. Yeah, but well, the people who tell Facebook goodbye and they have to say their goodbye message, and then they deactivate their account and they come back 10 minutes later. They're desperate and they're attention lovers. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done that because their actions speak louder than words. So what do you want here? What are you doing? Because like you're trying to prove some sort of point, and I told you I'm not gonna. I'm done with like that. And you notice how fuckboy friend finally, Dylan, your buddy, finally responded to me. I didn't message him, so like I told you, I didn't message him. You have been assuming from the beginning over and over and over and over again that I messaged him, but I didn't. It's a public message. So it's a public message, and yeah, so I'm not privately messaging him like you have been saying over and over and over again. And you know, like he responded to every single person but me. And it took him like so long, hours and hours and hours. And then and then I said, "Cat got your tongue?" Like I say to everyone, "What's going on here? Why are you silent? Cat got your tongue?" And then oh, he was thinking about it and meditating on it. And I mean, such a simple thing that he said, such a general statement, but he can't put just 3 words into practice. And he comes at me with words and paragraphs, and it's ceaseless. Oh, that's weird, because I asked you a simple question to your simple statement. Why can't you give me 3 words? Like those 3 words that women do, or sorry, that men are supposed to do for women. Dang it! Where am I? I'm in my goddamn mother's basement. What? No. Yeah. No, you heard my mom laughing at you. Fucking, because you're a joke. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm simply do things. That's it. And my mom continues to laugh. Not trying to do anything. That important. Oh, it's so funny, like the shit you say. Yeah, that's not the thing. Like you're always missing the underlying point. Always and every time. Continuously in every single talk and every single conversation and every single argument. Every single time. You just think, "Oh, I'll just do that. I'll just do that." And that's no. And I tell you, you're missing the point. I told you earlier, did I not? That the reason I'm not responding is because I didn't get a response, remember? Right? So there's no silence. I shush up. So I told you, you didn't get a response because Guy didn't get one, right? And that's the second time I'm asking you. Don't make me ask you a third. Yeah. Well, now you're not. Now you're talking. Now you're talking about a different subject, deflecting what I just said to you. Yeah. Yeah, that's not what happened. You're already annoying me. Because you don't listen. Like always. Every single time. That's why. Why are you calling me? What else? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me. Let's see here. Um. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Bella?
Yeah.
Have you turned to Five Talk?
No. Why?
It feels like it. The way you're responding.
Let's see here.
Papa?
Shut up.
Talk to me. Hello?
So. Why do you think I'm with you?
Why?
Yeah. So that's why it upsets me when I get consistently bombarded with bullshit from you. I can't take it. I won't. I hear women say, I'm a woman. You're a man. Just listen to your woman and everything will be fine. Okay? Okay, I know, me too. And I go, oh, I'm a man. Just listen to your woman and everything will be fine. Okay? And I say the same thing. And cause that's a fuck girl and a fuck boy. Cool. They get along great together. I'm like I called out your boy, Dylan. Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? You're the one who's freaking out and has been freaking out for hours over the non-response of your boy. So keep that in mind. Shut. I don't. Firstly, I don't give a shit about anything you have to say. Okay. Secondly, shut your mouth. Yeah, good. It's not my fault. Your boy is responding to every single person on his little wall. But guess what? When someone asks him a simple question like me, and hours go by, and he's talking to everyone, he just can't seem to formulate a question. I guess it took a lot of meditation to spew out nonsense to me. It took him hours and hours and hours, and still, after chilling with all the saints and doing with all, he spews woo-woo globalist nonsense to me that I literally can't even read. I'm like, wow. I'm like, dude, this is like, I asked you 2 questions, and basically it's not even 2 questions. It's one question that has like a specific thing in mind. So basically, yeah, you have 3 things that women are supposed to do or men are supposed to do for women. So what are the 3 things that women are supposed to do for men? Did you forget about that? No, shut your mouth. I'm talking. Shut that. That's how you figure out things, is by shutting up and listening. Did you ever? Can you learn that from me, or you just refuse to? Yeah, no. Like if you shut up, then you learn. And so I ask him. Oh, no, did he? No, still hasn't done it yet. So if men are supposed to uplift, support, and protect women, what's the 3 words that women are supposed to do for men? Why can't you spill it out? You're so proud of yourself for getting over 100 likes because you can say men are supposed to uplift and support and protect women. That's cool, vague, woo-woo, new age, spiritual nonsense. But like, so what are the 3 words that women are supposed to do for men? Oh, you can't give me those? That's strange. You thought of the things that the men are supposed to do for women. Well, is it because you're a man and you can't think like a woman, so you don't know what the 3 words that a woman are supposed to do for a man? Is that it, or is it because you're just stupid and you don't know? Oh, so you tell me that you need to meditate on it? Oh wow, how predictable. Yes, of course. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Stop. I don't care what you think that how he feels. No interest. Yeah, avoidant personality disorder will make you do that. New age globalist woo-woo bullshit will make you do that. Shut the fuck up. You discuss everything with me, make sure you go to Facebook first. Fuck off. Fucking fraud. Hack. Delete your stuff. Yeah, I'll delete it right now. Fucking hack. Let me read it off one more time. People that tell Facebook goodbye and deactivate their account and immediately come back after 10 minutes are desperate fuckboys or fuckgirls, drama starting and attention conflict loving fiends. Deleted. Make sure you fucking heard it. Did you hear it? Good! What? Thank you. What? Yeah, they are. When you fucking listen. Yeah, I don't care about that. Whatever. Okay. Stop whispering then. Then stop whispering. You'll never have an impact on people unless you become the great whisperer. Is that what you want to be known as? The great whisperer? Oh, okay. Because that would be a great name. The great whisperer. Because otherwise you ain't going to do shit. Stop whispering and you will. Stop whispering and you can take a shit on Mother Teresa's face. Dirty, disgusting, fraudulent bitch. You think Mother Teresa... Yeah, you think Mother Teresa had an impact in the world? You can have a trillion times impact than that stupid fraud did. Fucking joke. Oh, Mother Teresa, shh! Mother Teresa! A joke. Mother Teresa! What am I talking about? I'm telling you, she's a fucking joke, and you can be 1,000 times more a trillion times more influential than that fraudulent piece of shit. It's called inspiration and empowerment, you fucking clueless dick. Why do you feel the need to tell me that I can be 1,000,000,000 times more influential than Mother Teresa? I don't know. If you don't see it, then you're even more robotic than I fucking thought. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Why are you telling me that I can be more influential than Mother Teresa? I don't know, maybe because I'm encouraging you and complimenting you? You fucking emotionless fucking dyke? I'm the Dalai Lama. I know morals and ethics. I dress in orange, and I have one sleeve. And I have a bald head. I don't give a shit if you're a bald-headed fucking skanky ass fucking... Give a fuck what you are. Bald-headed fucking idiots. Give a shit what you are. I'm bald-headed. Fuck Dalai Lama, fucking fraud, piece of shit, criminal, fucking scumbag, fraud. I tricked the entire world because I'm bald-headed. Sorry. Don't trick me. I judge actions. I don't give a shit about words. I mean, I know you're, it's not think. I know you're here to learn and to grow and evolve. That's what I know, right? Right? Okay. Yes. Apart, yes. So, I can list more, but I don't feel like going into that. No need to. I'd rather just, for once, just have, because I'd rather just get along and actually have, because I'm sick of talking and entertaining and bringing my profundities to people, my profound insights that, and even when I'm doing that, they don't listen. So how about this? Your boy Dylan, he said, he said men are supposed to uplift and support and protect women. Obviously, that makes sense. Just vague, woo-woo, new age shit. But he couldn't answer me after 6 hours what 3 words women are supposed to do. Just couldn't put it together. Wait, oh no, he did. And about an hour ago, I just noticed. He said compassion. Oh, are you listening? Yeah. So he said men are supposed to uplift, support, and protect women. Right? Yeah, that makes complete, obvious sense. So I asked him what 3 words women are supposed to do for men. That makes sense, right? 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 Could you say something instead of laugh? Okay, cool. He said compassion, insight, and support. Okay. So I said, meh. Not even close to what men provide women, which is uplift, support, and protection. So you think that men provide uplift, support, and protection, and you think compassion, insight, and the same thing, support, obviously, is comparable to that so your woo. Yeah. So shh. I know. I want to hear you. but I want to hear you after me. So can you wait? Can you? Because you talk about how patient you are, but you just can't seem to shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Yeah, yeah. You never said you're patient? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so it took him literally 6 hours to think of that, or 5 hours, and it was compassion, insight, and the same word, support. So like support was already what, I mean, I understand that you can have the same word, it's fine, but like you have the same word, you use the same word that you originally said that men are supposed to do, so you couldn't even give me 3 words, you gave me 2 words. So it's like, dude, so woo woo, so vague, and so new age. That's the point. That is the point that needs to be brought up over and over again. So vague, so global, so new age, so woo-woo, so nothing, so not. There's no substance there. It's fake, pseudo. Oh, and let me read what I said earlier, which is totally calling him out. What did I say earlier when I woke up? I said, where is it? Ah, yes, last night. Here it is. You liked it. It said, so many quote-unquote spiritual teachers, in parentheses, con artists, out there that promote Satanism, aka the globe earth, aka heliocentrism, aka sun worship. You know who you are, too. You think you can hide the truth from the truth your whole life? I bet you sure think so. Your bubble will burst, and will be burst soon enough. You mark-ass, hoot-ass trick. And he's the exact type of person that I'm talking about. I'll say that men should uplift and support and protect women. And then when a dude says to me, what should the 3 words that a woman do for a man? What are those 3 words? Or did you forget about that? And then he likes the comment. He loves the comment, actually. And then he doesn't respond to it until 5 hours later. Just like your little faggot fuckboy EJ Collins, who's, no, you deleted him, and that's that, unless he responded to you privately, which I wouldn't be surprised about, because everyone talks to you privately and make sure they avoid me. Yeah, and I've said that to you a million times, that I know that this guy is gonna contact you privately, and then you tell me, and guess what? I really love it and appreciate it, and that's why I'm with you, is because you're honest with me and loyal, and you actually tell me the truth when someone contacts you, and you're like, yeah, if I ask you and you lie to me, then you've never directly lied to me about that. You've lied to me and changed your words about other things, but you've never lied to me about that. And as soon as you do that, well, that's the game. That's the game. That's the end game. Yeah. Well, good. Well, I had never said that until right now, and I'm letting you know that I've noticed every single other lie and gaslighting attempt. But as soon as you cross and breach that line, that's when it's over. Whatever. I honestly It's women. That you should have seen the look on his face when I told him that he he thought that I would never do that to him, but man, was he wrong. I did it to him anyway. Yeah, I know, that's cool. And I know, so that's fine. I'm prepared for everything. That's what these stupid, fake ass, basic fuck girl bitches don't seem to understand, which is what I'm trying to allude you to. Yeah. Yeah, I know. How I view you is how I say I view you. So you just simply listen to what I'm saying, and that's how you know how I view you. It's very simple. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. That's great. And that's fine. Okay. I got that. I understand that. So like actually show that instead of say it. Excuse me? You're excused. You're excused. You just said excuse me. So you're excused. Good. Get your fucking language correct and your etiquette correctly. If you say excuse me, you're excused. And don't interrupt me when I'm excusing you. Fucking like what? Like I've been living in the world for 10 years. Not only have I been a hermit, I've been with society at the same time, on stage, performing in front of people, meeting people. Okay, like what? A lot? I brought this up twice today. I'm implying that I know how to socially interact and get along with myself and other people. And I've done it a lot more than you have. I've done it a lot more and a lot more public and openly than you have. Okay. So you need to relax and check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm gonna pack a bowl. So, did you hear anything that I fucking said? Or are you just completely fucking delusional like usual? Did you hear anything that I fucking said to you? Wonderful. Same with you.
If you need to have those. Oh, never mind. But, you know, like the wooden dog toys, but like there's wooden dog toys, but then it's scratched by the dog cost. So yeah, that. So no, no. Shh. You gotta be quiet. Yes, I know what you mean. You gotta be quiet. No, it doesn't. But what bothers me is when like it's just like, oh, like you're being this way, and I'm like, well, no, I'm not. Like I've talked to 10,000 more people live on live venues in public, on camera, over the phone. It's like I know I know how to get along with people. So like, what I'm telling you, like I'm not just telling you. I told other people, including my own mother, that we're not getting along, and it's your fault. And then they're like, oh, yeah, yes, I am. Yes. And so like I've heard other people go, you know, like I've listened to you guys, and you're like it's just like she just like won't get it, she doesn't get it, she doesn't listen, she doesn't, she refuses to get along with you. I'm like, yeah, I know, I've said that. And it's not that I'm talking to other people, it's that other people have told that to me. So like they're confirming what I already knew. And I wasn't reaching out to anyone because I'm not talking to anyone behind the back of other people coming to me. I got some people. It's like I'm talking to a fucking wall. You just don't listen. You have selective hearing, selective memory. You haven't heard anything that I'm speaking or talking about. You're in your own world. Go on Facebook and post some profile pictures.